I'm giving away my entire product research system in this video. That's done 6, 7, and 8 figures through my stores and my student stores as well. This will be the most important video you watch all year. What is going on, guys? Justin Woll here from Beyond Six Figures, and this video might be the most important video that you watch in your entire e-commerce career. Many things, including your product, as well as your consistency and your sales, are all determined by the product research system that you use. Here at Beyond Six Figures, not only have we done multi-8 figures in student sales from the product research system alone, but we've also developed countless systems that work just as well. One of the main things that you need to know is that the product research system and products in general is the #1 factor that will determine your success in this business. Information like this, people will literally charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for. I've never released my product research system publicly like this. I think you will absolutely love this, and quite frankly, you will not find a single better system out there. Make sure you stay around till the end, take notes, and make sure you watch it more than once as well to ensure that you're actually getting the most bang for your time while watching this video. Like I said, this system alone has done well over 6, 7, and 8 figures in sales just with our students. With that being said, one of the most important things you have to realize is that systems is the key to success and consistency in e-commerce. But that doesn't mean just follow any system. Follow a proven system that's already done 6, 7, and 8 figures in sales just like this right here. Our product research system goes in depth and uses multi-platform validation to actually ensure that you're going above and beyond to make sure you're making the right decision, okay, to market that specific product. It uses a whole plethora of social sites, allowing yourself to actually see data points across places like Amazon, eBay, YouTube, watch count, and many more places, okay, as well as Google, that enable you to see what is actually working in real time. No more outdated data points that are giving you the wrong information to market a wrong or old product. Let's start to use up-to-date proven systems like this specific system that's working incredibly well in 2022 going into 2023. I want to make sure you guys understand every single point here. So I'll be going through and explaining the product index as well as every single social site that we use in conjunction with the product index as well. The product index is a list of criteria that are commonly found in winning products, and I'll be going through them for you right now. So before we even go into the product index today, ladies and gents, let's go through every single tool that you actually need to utilize to make sure you're using the system properly and actually getting great results from it. First and foremost, you of course need the Beyond Six Figures product index, which is a list of criteria commonly found in winning products. Secondly, you'll need Google Trends, Amazon, Jungle Scout extension, AliExpress, Google Sheets for your product arsenal, YouTube, and watch count. It's one of the most consistent systems in the industry because it uses a multi-platform validation approach. Like I said, grabbing real-time data from all these social sites to give you the best representation of how that product could do on your store and if it's selling now on all these other social sites or not. So now let's move into the Beyond Six Figures product index. As you know, the product index is a list of 9 criteria commonly found in winning products. It's important that you make sure that your product meets at least 3 of the 9 criteria to actually move forward to the next step of this system. One of the most important things for you, ladies and gents, is understanding the importance of following the system. If your product does not pass any piece of the system, that's a surefire sign to shoot it down. In e-commerce, especially testing, the name of the game here is actually minimizing spend while increasing profit, as high as we possibly can, of course. With that being said, if we know where to spend our money, where we can get the best return, we're gonna go ahead and do so. So this system, being very, very strict, will allow you to push off and essentially mark in red, don't test these certain products that don't pass a certain system. But if a product does pass the system, we'll put it in a green check mark, test, because it actually went through the system flawlessly. Don't be someone who tests random products. Put them through this system and validate every single product that you test moving forward. If it doesn't meet the system, we do not market it. If it meets the system, we will move forward because our goal here is to have the highest product hit rate possible and minimizing the amount of losing products that we test as well. Now, #1 piece of the product index is improve confidence, okay? If you can make someone feel great about themselves and feel better about actually going out or going somewhere or to their loved one, their wife, their friend, their family, they're more confident, they're gonna wanna buy your product. Improving confidence is huge, a very, very big emotional driving factor. Secondly, we have improving convenience. Hey, you're watching this video right now because you're human. You want a convenient system to actually find winning products. And that's why you're watching this. And that's why you're watching this video, okay? It's so amazing. As humans, we wanna find the most logical route to get to our destination that either takes the quickest or has the best actual chance of getting there, okay? So as humans, we want the most convenient actual way or route to something as possible. And that's why convenience is a massive, massive, massive point for many people who are looking for products and getting hit with impulse ads online. Thirdly, we have fills a void or solves a problem. If you can solve a problem for somebody, chances are you got a pretty good product for that person in your hands. So you want to make sure your product is probably filling a void or solving a problem, because it'll really help you sell it more than it would without being a problem-solving item. Next, we have saving people money. If you're saving people money, that's basically an investment. And with that being said, investments are phenomenal ideas to go ahead and buy or purchase or actually invest within. Of course, like we talked about, because moving forward, if you could save someone money, they're going to be very, very happy to buy your product. Next, we have saving people time. If you're saving people time, you're saving people money, because time is money, like we all know. And that's one of the most incredible, valuable things that we have access to, and we can't recreate again. Time is one of the only things that we can't hold, we can't touch, but we'll give up anything for it. So make sure you use your time wisely as well, but also make sure that your products save people time. Next, we have extremely unique. If an item is extremely unique and it cannot be found in brick and mortar stores or Walmart or Amazon and across the globe stores as well, you probably got something very unique on your hands, something that is not extremely oversaturated. Uniqueness is a phenomenal way to go ahead and gain market share, because it allows you to actually stand out from the rest and do well in your marketing, because you've got something very different on your hands. Next, we have improves quality of life. If you can make someone's life better or improve the quality of it or make them enjoy their day-to-day life more, you have an incredible product. It's really important you guys understand that improving quality of life is what pretty much every single person on earth wants to do, is have a great, relaxing, high-quality life. And if your product can actually do that, you're one step closer to hitting that consistency in your business. Next, but last but not least, we have women-dominated. The reason I actually put this point on here is because I spend most of my own money on marketing women-dominated products. I'm not here to say that you can't make money marketing to male-dominated niches or markets, because I have. But the ideology is, and the fact of the matter is, I've made more money in female-dominated markets than I have in male, because I focus my marketing there. I like to go ahead and market to females because they like to shop and they're more just buyer-friendly. Now, with that being said, ladies and gents, please understand, your product has to meet at least 3 of these 9 product research criteria. And if they do meet at least 3 of these product research criteria, you may move on to your next step, which is going to be google.com/trends. With Google Trends, before we do anything, we always want to go ahead and see what's going on and what's hot with markets before we actually see what's hot with products. We want to say, hey, let's go ahead and dive into a market that's extremely hot, extremely popular, so I can actually sell an item within of that hot and popular market. So with that being said, we go to google.com/trends and we go ahead and look around us. What are people buying? What are people talking about? What public events are going on? What's your dad buying? What's your mom buying? What's your sister, aunt, or uncle buying? All of these things together are all assumptions that we make based on what we see around us. One of the most important things as a marketer, you have to be very aware of your surroundings. So first, one of the best things to do is look around at what's going on. Everything that happens and everything that actually occurs comes with an accessory. For example, it's winter right now, okay? So in winter, we have things like beanies, jackets, scarves, coats, snowboards, skis, salt, mitts. All these different things are all accessories that come with winter. And you have to understand, every single time that you come up with something, okay, that's going on around you, like winter, it'll always have accessories. So look around you. What is hot? What are people talking about? Okay, and look at what's going on in current events as well. I also urge you to do some research online and to be very in the loop with USA marketing and USA current events as to what people are buying and talking about. Because as an entrepreneur, you definitely have to be in the loop with what's going on. And this system is an amazing way to see if your ideas are actually hot or not. And guys, this is one of the most simple parts of the whole system. So as we go through here, you'll start to see how the magic really happens later in the video. Now, first and foremost, let's go ahead and use my example of beanie. Since it's winter here, I think of beanie, right? Beanie is a very generalized market, and I see a lot of people wearing beanies. So I want to go out there and see if I could gain some of the market share myself. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and type in beanie into Google Trends. Just a quick point as well for Google Trends while we're here. It's important that you guys only use singular search terms. Don't use plural terms, because when you use plural terms, it's actually going to diminish the search volume that you get. And the goal here is to get the highest search volume possible so you have the most data points possible to actually base your decision off of. So using singular search terms like beanie and not beanies is definitely the way to go. First things first, let's change the 3 top criteria. First, we'll go ahead and change the actual top region to United States. We only care about the US in this experiment because it's the best representation of a buying market. Still do USA even if you're not in USA. Secondly, we have past 90 days. We only care about the niches and markets that are doing hot right now. Therefore, we only care about the past 90 days. And thirdly, we'll go ahead and change the actual search term function to shopping. It's important you guys are understanding why we do shopping, because we only care about what people are buying and the popularity of a certain niche or market in a shopping perspective. Keep that in mind. And as you see down here, we have our line graph. It's really important you understand a few things. There's a 3-point verification system that needs to be met in order for your product to pass this certain stage. As you can see here, point number 1 is it needs to be currently above 35 on the interest scale. Secondly, it needs to be above 50 at least half the time or more on the interest scale as well. And third, the graph has to be increasing from start to finish. So as you guys can see here, we are definitely currently above 35. We're sitting somewhere near 75. The line graph is definitely above 50 half the time or more, which shows us real good consistency in the market. And of course, the graph is increasing from start to finish, which is absolutely phenomenal. Let me give you a tip. In some cases, the graph won't be increasing from start to finish. The thing is, if it starts low and goes high, then avalanches down to 0, not a good sign. Make sure in most cases, all 3 of these pieces are met to ensure that you're actually getting into a phenomenal market. So, for example, let's say it starts off at 63 on the interest over time scale and ends at 62. That's not a massive decrease. What would be a decrease is starting off at 63 and then seeing it at like 20. Okay, so as long as there's somewhat consistency in the graph actually increasing, okay, you could call that the graph is increasing. But the other 2 points need to be met at all times. Our next step is going to be Amazon.com. Here on Amazon.com, we're literally going ahead and typing in exactly what we typed into Google Trends. In this scenario, it will be beanie. So we'll go ahead and type in beanie and then click search. Now, as you can see here on this specific page, we see some guy wearing a beanie, a little Mickey Mouse looking beanie, and some other beanies that look generally the same as everything else you've seen in Walmart and all these brick and mortar stores across the globe. Nothing here looks good. Nothing here actually looks good. It looks like this is just general, normal beanies that have no differentiation and nowhere for you to actually make money off them, okay? So, how do we go ahead and actually find products that are a bit different in the beanie niche? Let's go ahead and do the following. So in this specific step, you go ahead and click on your Jungle Scout actual extension. What happens here, when you click on your Jungle Scout extension, you'll see that it drops down with a large menu. Okay, this menu specifically gives you all of these different points. Estimated revenue, okay, estimated sales, rank, etc. That all coincide with each other to give you the best actual representation possible as to how your product's selling and how it's doing, as well as the rank on Amazon itself. What's really cool here is the following. We are always prioritizing by highest revenue, which means we'll click the button that says estimated revenue so the highest numbers come to the top. With that being said as well, there will be no revenue floor, which means just because an item has not much revenue, it still could be a winning product. But most of my items have came from the first, second, and third page of Jungle Scout. I also used to use a software called Unicorn Smasher as well. Today, I like to use Jungle Scout extension. It's a lot less buggy. Keep that in mind. We always prioritize by highest revenue floor, but we'll never throw out a product just because of the revenue floor. Now, how do we actually start going through each and every one of these products in this actual system? The only time that you'll actually judge a book by its cover is when you're doing product research, okay? One of the main things I want you to do is either on your computer or in your hand physically, have our product index in your hand. The BSF product index, have it in your hand, or pull it up on your computer, one or the other. We're gonna go ahead and back check the entire product index with every single product that we hover over. This is going to give us a really great idea as to what we can start marketing moving forward. There's still a few things to go ahead and be done here in this system, so this is about the middle. Now, with that being said, as we go ahead and hover over the item, you see an image comes up to the right. This is when we begin to make our judgment. Keep in mind as well, this specific beanie that I'm hovering over right now is very general, very male-oriented. It doesn't really look like it has much differentiation. In other words, let's scrap this thing. The product has to meet with flying colors. It has to meet so quickly and clearly that you know that it meets right there on the spot. If you're finding yourself trying to come up with the reasons as to why this product meets constantly for minutes on end, it's probably not something that you actually want to market, because keep in mind as well, understanding why a product meets a criteria so quickly is understanding the marketing angle. The marketing angle is a way for you to go ahead and format the product in a different respect or light than other items in the same market that give you that differentiation. Now, let's go ahead and hover over our next product. This one's a bit different. It looks a lot better, guys, right? Not so much, right? The trim is different, the pattern's different, but guess what? The utility and the benefit is not different whatsoever. We are always focusing on utility and benefit, and one of the most important things, ladies and gents, is to understand that. People care about and people buy value, benefit, and usage as well as utility. Don't be caught in the trap thinking something is different than a product that you rejected previously just because the trim or the design is different. If there's no utility difference, it's something to consider. We are focusing on utility, benefit, and product usage. Now, let's go ahead and hover on the next product. This item is still not that different. It's very, very general and does not have much differentiation along with it at all. And this product doesn't meet any of the actual product research criteria other than just keeping your head warm. Let's go on to our next product. This product has a puffball on top of the actual beanie, changing everything, right? Hold up, no. Just by putting a puffball on the beanie does not change the benefit, the usage, or the utility of the item or the perceived value. Please don't be caught in the mix with someone putting a puffball on an item or something of that nature that makes it seem like it's a bit different when there's not really any utility difference or beneficial difference or usage at all. This item here has not much differentiation whatsoever, and just by putting a puffball on top of the beanie doesn't really dictate anything in terms of value or being able to sell this item effectively. The puffball adds no value. Let's go on to our next item. This item that you can see here is a ponytail beanie. You guessed it. As soon as you saw this product, you could see the differentiation from a mile away. Clearly women dominated, definitely keeps you warm. Females can actually go ahead and feel beautiful again with their hair in the wind while they wear the beanie, keeping it confident and improving quality of life amongst other actual criteria as well that you can see. It's so important that you guys realize that it meets 3 of the criteria so easily, which helps us move forward with this product very, very quickly. This item right here is a phenomenal item. You can't find it in brick and mortar stores across the globe. It's extremely unique, and all the other points as well that have met are the reasons that we're going to be choosing this item to move forward with in our system. As you can see, this item clearly has much differentiation compared to all the other products that we looked at, and it's important for you guys to understand those points alone. This ponytail beanie is a phenomenal idea and representation for what can do well in your business as well. We've actually sold these quite a few times through our days. Hint, hint. Now that we've validated that this product meets this portion of the system, we're going to move on to our next step, which is clicking on this actual Amazon link. Let's click on it. As you can see, it takes us directly to the Amazon website, where we can see pricing. We can also read the description as well to see what we think about the product and how other people market it as well. It's important that you do get other information from Amazon and other people who are selling your product so you can see how they're selling it and how they're formulating their marketing angle. Keep that in mind. Now, what you want to go ahead and do after you go ahead and check out the pricing and read the description to kind of get a bit more on the same page with what the product is, what you want to go ahead and do is go to AliExpress.com. AliExpress.com is nothing more than merely a product research tool at this point. Here at Beyond Six Figures, we have many supplier and manufacturer connects that get us 5 to 7 day shipping off the bat with 0 minimum order quantity, custom packaging, and quick processing times. And that's something that you get by being a student here at Beyond Six Figures, which is so incredible. All of our people get 0 minimum order quantity shipping from 5 to 7 days to ensure that we build brands with high consumer satisfaction from the get-go. Now, we're on AliExpress.com like I've mentioned, which is nothing more than a product research tool to us. What we do here is we're actually going to type in the name of the product. We're not typing in beanie because remember we found what beanie we're selling. We're typing in ponytail beanie. And one of the most important parts, and want you guys to understand as well, is that the SEO on AliExpress is very, very poor, which means if you put a space in the wrong area or something like a wrong letter, you're going to get a different actual search result, which is so important because you have to make sure you're typing it in properly. We're also still using singular search terms, and it's important you guys understand what I said as well. Keep in mind the spelling of the product. You want to get it spelled properly. Now, when you've actually typed in ponytail beanie or whatever your product is, you're going to go ahead and click search. When you click search, you're going to see a bunch of different suppliers come up with the same product. What you want to go ahead and do is sort by orders. And by sorting by orders, in most cases, you're having the highest reputable supplier at the top of your actual search term list, enabling you to go ahead and shortlist the best manufacturers to sell your product from AliExpress. So you can get the best pricing quotes and ultimately see what the product's made of as well. As you see here, we sort by orders. And one of the things I want you to do as well is try to connect with these suppliers on WhatsApp or Skype and really see what the product's made of, how many they've sold before, and ask them some questions about the product so you can have a bit of information that you wouldn't just get by looking at the listing. And also, ladies and gents, beware of saturation as well. When there's 25,000 orders or more on one single listing for one single unit, not combined on one single AliExpress manufacturer listing, 25K or more orders, that deems saturation. And quite frankly, with that many orders on that same AliExpress listing shows that it's very, very saturated, and I would advise skipping that said product. Keep in mind as well, ladies and gents, this system is extremely strict in black and white, which means you no longer have to go ahead and guess or throw random crap at the wall and hope it sticks. This system is going to help you actually gain consistency and traction in your product research by increasing the actual hit rate in your testing. Now that we actually have our supplier with the most specific orders, let's go ahead and click on them. Once we click on them, we're going to look at a few things here, ladies and gents. We're going to look at the actual variant pricing to see that every single item is listed the same amount, because sometimes AliExpress suppliers will try to get a quick one on you and have a random variant in the middle of it 10 times the price. So always just be sure to click on each one. For our students, we don't have to worry about that because we have our own BSF manufacturing agents that is privately sourced for Beyond Six Figure students that get you 5 to 7 day shipping, which is really damn cool. Once we go ahead and actually move forward, we want to go ahead and look at the pricing for the shipping as well on AliExpress, unless you're a BSF student and have a really good agent where you don't have to worry about this. Okay, now we see here, our pricing for e-packet is around $1.99, and it takes 12 to 20 days. Okay, it's pretty long, but if you have no agent, you want to go ahead and use a similar actual shipping solution as well. And I'll tell you what, if you can actually prove that you watched this entire YouTube video, I will personally get you connected with one of our BSF actual agents so you could get 5 to 7 day shipping as well, which is so cool. Now, with that being said, we see shipping's $1.99. Let's take our shipping costs into account and go ahead and start to price our product. Okay, as you can see here, we attempted 2 to 3x our cost from AliExpress while being in the same ballpark as Amazon. It's not mandatory to be less expensive than Amazon. We just want to be somewhere in the same ballpark. Keep that in mind. So let's do the numbers real quick. $3.22 for our product, $1.99 for shipping. That equals $5.21. We always round up to the whole number of 6. We never round down, we always round up. So the cost here, instead of $5.21, will be 6. And then we always add $1 as well on top, just for fees, etc., just to be a bit conservative. So our cost here is about $7. So if we go ahead and 2 to 3x our cost, we'll be anywhere from $14 to $21 for this specific item. I highly recommend being within that price range because 2 to 3x is exactly where you want to be. Also, ladies and gents, keep in mind, I recommend a minimum of $10 to $15 margin per unit sale. That's where we can really have healthy margins to also account for our marketing costs as well. Now, let's go ahead and move on to our next step, which is going to be YouTube.com. On YouTube.com, we're focusing primarily on finding a community for our product. On this specific step, we're not looking for the same exact product that we've been working on. We're looking for the same exact niche or market that is around the product that we're marketing. Okay, or we're thinking about marketing. It's important you guys understand this. If there's a passionate, hungry, and insanely active community behind our product, that's a really good sign it could be a potential winner. And you want to understand that. So as you can see here on YouTube, we're looking for 5 videos with 5,000 views or more in the past 1 year. This is showcasing that there's actually a passionate and real community behind our product, which is so effective because this is what's going to actually help us dictate, hey, other people out there who are willing to buy from us. And this YouTube step, like every other step we've been through, is absolutely mandatory. And if your product does not meet this step, you should throw it out and find something else to market that does meet this whole system. I'd like to take a moment as well to pause and say something real quick. Ladies and gents, if you got any value from this system or this video at all today, I just want to let you know that I genuinely used to charge for this system because it's so consistent. And I'm literally giving it to you for free today because I just genuinely want to see you win in this actual industry. So if you guys want to help out my channel, please do me a favor, leave a like on the video, leave a comment below, and share this system, this product research system that's done 8 figures plus to a friend of yours who's struggling with product research or someone that you know that can actually gain massive benefit from following a system just like this. Honestly, guys, thank you so much. I genuinely want to see you win. I know this video is a bit longer than usual, and I hope you enjoyed. Let's get back to the video. Our next up here will be watchcount.com. Watchcount.com is actually a conglomerate of eBay that showcases the amount of watchers on a single unit as well, which is so cool. So if you type in ponytail beanie, you'll also go ahead and select where it says US, because the US is the best representation of a buying market, and that's what we go ahead and utilize for our data. And then we'll click the button that says show me. And what's cool about this is it literally shows you the amount of watchers for this product and how many people are watching every single listing as well, which is so cool. The goal here is to actually find 5 listings with 200 watchers or more for this specific item. As you can see here, it definitely passes the criteria and has literally 5 and many more that have 200 or more watchers for this specific item, which is absolutely phenomenal. With that being said, ladies and gents, here is the monkey wrench. Watchcount.com is the only step that you may remove from your product research system. As long as the product meets every other piece of the system, you may move forward. Watchcount.com will act as a further validation point that just shows you, wow, this product really does have some great potential, and your items that meet this step as well should be a bit higher on the actual order of testing for your product movement. Finally, one of the most important parts of the entire system, ladies and gents, is to actually understand a few things about your product arsenal. Your product arsenal is going to be a Google sheet, okay? A Google Excel sheet, so to speak, that actually has a list of all of your products, whether it's product name, niche, Amazon revenue, age demographic, Amazon URL, or AliExpress URL. Notice I said age demographic in there, which means for every product that you shortlist and actually meets the system, I want you to do some research online to find the proper age demographic of someone who's buying these types of products. So keep in mind, product name, we have ponytail beanie. Niche, beanie, okay? Amazon revenue, great. Age demographic, 22 to 54. Amazon URL and AliExpress URL. We have all this information that we can easily plug in right into our Google Sheet to allow us to go ahead and create an extremely organized shortlist of all the products we want to test. Now, let's talk about the 2020 rule. The 2020 rule is so important because it allows you to find 20 products before you even move forward once. Finding 20 products is the ability to actually gain consistency and momentum in your business. Don't be that guy who just has one product and starts marketing one product at a time. Be that guy who comes prepared and sets up his clothes before he goes to school the next day. That's a really great way to look at it. Set yourself up for success. Don't set yourself up for failure, okay? Put it like this. One of the most important things is actually building up momentum and consistency in your business flow and model. The 2020 rule states that you should find 20 products, all that meet the BSF product research criteria, that enable you to actually have 20 products that all pass the system that you can market with moving forward, enabling you to actually gain momentum and consistency in your workflow so you're not stuck just doing product research all day, but you're actually moving forward and testing the products that you've actually found. It's important you understand these few things because the 2020 rule is one of the most important things that you can possibly do for yourself to gain consistency and momentum, and that's the number one most important thing in this business alone. Now, ladies and gents, you've been through my entire 8-figure product research system that's literally generated 6, 7, and 8 figures in student sales as well as my own stores. It's important you understand a few things, ladies and gents. This is one of the most, if not the most consistent product research system you will find online, hands down. Do yourself a favor, watch it a few times over, and don't miss a single bit of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I went very in-depth and shared with you every single piece of the system, so please give it a shot, let me know how it does for you, and go ahead and leave a question if you have it right below our YouTube video or in our Facebook group as well. Now, ladies and gents, one thing that we've never done before ever on any YouTube video is publicly announce that we are actually opening some slots for you to hop on a free strategy session to ask questions about this system to myself and my trained team. We have a call booking link directly in the comments below. All you have to go ahead and do is click on it, secure a time, and make sure you actually show up to it. And please definitely do show up to it, or let us know if you have to reschedule, because I literally have myself and my trained team taking these calls and answering these questions for you guys for free. So definitely don't be hesitant to book, but please do be very serious about attending that session.